Hello and welcome to another tutorial on my channel Create by K. My hook size is 2.75 millimeter, and for this pattern I go and make a magic ring. This is my way to make my magic ring. And here I chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and I will count that like my first double crochet. Now I yarn over and I go into the magic ring with 13 more double crochet, and with the first double crochet I will have 14 of them at the end. And I go again into the magic ring and make a double crochet, and again, I have 14 double crochet. Now I close my magic ring and where is my third chain, I go with my hook and I make a slip stitch. Now I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and I will increase, so I go back in the same space with a double crochet, and I have 2 double crochet in the same space, and then I move to the next stitch and I make 2 double crochet, and then to the next one 2 double crochet, and like this all the way around. Yarn over, move to the next stitch and make 1 double crochet, then yarn over and I go back and make 1 more double crochet, 2 double crochet right there, and then yarn over and I move to the next stitch where I go with 2 double crochet. I have 28 double crochet. Now I go in the third chain and I make a slip stitch. Now I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and I go in each stitch but only the back loop, and I make 1 double crochet. I yarn over, I go to the next stitch, only the back loop, and make the double crochet. Yarn over, move to the next one, back loop only, make the double crochet. To the next one, back loop only, make the double crochet, and like this in each stitch, using only the back loop and making the double crochet. All the way around. And I go and make my slip stitch. Now I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and I go in each stitch in both loops and make double crochet. 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around, and I do like this 3 rounds. 3 rounds of double crochet in each stitch. I have all 4 rounds of double crochet. Now here I chain 1 and I go in each stitch with a slip stitch. I go to the next stitch and I make a slip stitch, and then to the next stitch, and again I make the slip stitch, and like this all the way around. Now I go to the first slip stitch and I make my last slip stitch. And now I go and I chain 30. And here I got my yarn. Now I count 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right there I go, I grab the yarn, pull through, and I go and chain 30 like this one. And again, one more time, I skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I go and I chain 30. Now I change the color and I make again a magic ring. I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. Again I will go with 13 double crochet into the magic ring, and with the 3 chain I have the 14 double crochet. Now I close my magic ring and I go with a slip stitch right into the 3rd chain. Now I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. I will increase in each stitch. I go with 2 double crochet, so I yarn over and I go back in the same space with 1 more double crochet, and now I have 2 double crochet in the same space. I move to the next stitch where I go with 2 double crochet. I have the first one, and now I go back with my 2nd double crochet. I move to the next stitch where I go with 2 double crochet, and to the next stitch 2 double crochet, and now I go with a slip stitch into the 3rd chain, and I cut my yarn. For the leaf I chain 5, make my slip knot, and now chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I yarn over and I go into the first chain with a double crochet. And now I chain 2, yarn over, and I go back in the same chain, chain 1, and I take this yarn with me and make another double crochet. I chain 2 again, and I go back with one more double crochet. Here I chain 2 and I yarn over 2 times. I go back in one chain, and now I pull through my loops. I chain 2 and I go on this loop and the other one. And I make a slip stitch, and I have a picot right there. Now I chain 2 and I yarn over 2 times. I go back in one chain space and I pull through my loops. Now I chain 2, I go with a double crochet, chain 2 again, and another double crochet, I chain 4 and I go with a slip stitch. Now I go right here where is a 4 chain space, and I make a slip stitch. That's 1. Now I go back in the same space with 2, go back 3, go back 4. Now I go right here on this double crochet stitch and I make a slip stitch right there. Then I go into the space with 2 slip stitch and then 1 slip stitch on top of that double crochet, then again 2 slip stitch in the double crochet, 2 slip stitch, and here I go into the picot and make a slip stitch, and I move to the space with 2 slip stitch to the stitch, and then again 2 slip stitch to the stitch. I go with 2 slip stitch into the space, and then on the stitch, and here I go with 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and the 4, and now I go in the space right there with a slip stitch. And here I chain 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I go and make another leaf. I go and skip 4 chains, 1, 2, 3 and 4 into the 5. I go and make the double crochet, chain 2. I go back into the 5 with another double crochet, and I keep going to make my leaf right there. I have the 4 slip stitches, and now I go with my hook right there and make the slip stitch. And now again I go and chain 18, and I have the leaf, and then when I'm done I will just cut the yarn. I make 3 of them with 3 leaves. I already put the flowers on those 2, so 3 of them with 3 leaves, and then 2 of them with 4 leaves. I make a magic ring, and here I chain 2, 1 and 2. Then I yarn over. I close a little bit my magic ring. I yarn over and I go with 2 double crochet. Have 1 and 1 more. Like this. And now I chain 2. And I go into the magic ring with a slip stitch. Now I repeat, I chain 2, I go with 2 double crochet, 1 and 2, chain 2 and a slip stitch, and I repeat 2 more times. I close my magic ring, and then I cut my yarn. Now I count 5 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. In the 1 loop right there I go with my hook, and now I grab 1 yarn and I pull through. Then I go to the other loop and I pull through the other loop from my flower, like this. Here I will make a chain, or just secure over there, and maybe 1 more, like this. And then what I do is I go into the space right here. I take the yarn, I pull through just a little bit, like this. And now right here I will come with some hot glue, and I add a little bit of hot glue right there, and then just like this. And now I put like 3 leaves, and the 4 leaves, 3 leaves, 4 leaves, and the 3 leaves. I grab this part, I go from the back to front and take all my leaves and I pull through. right here, and here I will just secure a little bit. Let me see how I will do that. Maybe just like this. One more time.